Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I'm going to do a new makeup try-on. This is all drugstore. The new launches for 2025 at the drugstore. And so I've got a whole desk full of goodies here to share, and I'm so excited about some of it, and of course nervous about other parts because you never know how the new makeup's going to go. Most of the drugstore brands are represented here. I've got NYX, e.l.f., L'Oreal, Maybelline, ColourPop, Morphe, Essence. So I'm really excited to test out the new makeup. I feel like I haven't sat down and done a makeup try-on in such a long time. So of course I'm starting off with bare face. I just have on my sunscreen. The sunscreen I have on today is the Haru Wonder Black Rice Airy Fit SPF 50. Fantastic sunscreen that doesn't look like anything on your skin and plays great under makeup. As always, I'll do an 8-hour wear test on the makeup. So when I finish putting it on, we'll time it 8 hours from then. I'll come back periodically throughout the day to show you how it's wearing, because of course the wear is just as important as how it looks when we first put it on. And of course I'm applying this to my more mature, less than perfect skin. I'm 62, so I actually have mature skin to try this on, so we'll see how this works on mature skin. So let me bring you in closer, pin my hair back, and let's get started trying on some new makeup. All right, first thing I'm going to put on is a little lip gloss so that while I do the rest of my makeup, my lips don't dry out too much. This is something that I bought because I thought, oh, this is a dupe for a product that I got from Tower 28 last year in PR that I absolutely love. This one is from ColourPop. It's their Glossy Lip Balm Fresh Kiss, and the flavor on this one is caramel latte, and oh my gosh, if this doesn't smell just like a caramel latte. I'm not a big coffee fan. I don't really drink coffee. I only drink tea, but I love the smell of coffee. This is the one from Tower 28 in Dolce de Leche. This is the one from ColourPop. I'd say it's a pretty good little dupe there. All right, so I got a new primer. This is NYX The Face Glue. I saw this and I was like, what? I have to pick that up because one of my biggest problems is foundation wearing off on my nose, on my chin, right here on my forehead, and this promises to glue your makeup into place for 24 hours. It also is supposed to be hydrating. It's got polyglutamic acid in it, and it's supposed to be non-sticky even though it does contain maple syrup. That's one of the ingredients. It's supposed to be non-comedogenic, so I was really psyched to give this a try, and isn't it cute in this little Elmer's glue type bottle. I always like to put it on part of my face and not another part, just to see how well the makeup does on its own versus with the primer. So I think I'm going to use the primer on like this side of my face and no primer on this side of my face. So it's trying to come out already. All right, so I'm not sure exactly how much of this I'm supposed to use. I'm going to try not to put on too much, but just take a little bit like that, and I'll spread it here up onto the sides of my nose. This is really where makeup wears off on me a lot, is like on the end of my nose and on my nostrils and like right in here into the nasal labial folds. Don't really have so much problem with it wearing off on my cheeks too much, but also right up here. Makeup wears off on me a lot faster than normal, right at the inner corner of my eyebrows, and then it always is wearing off on my chin. So I also want to see if this does any smoothing or blurring. It seemed like all the new makeup had blurring in the label. And oh my gosh, I'm such a sucker for anything that claims it's going to blur. So, all right, there's the primer on. I didn't use all of that. This does add a little bit of a sheen. As you can see, this side of my face, pores are a little bit more accentuated right here, and it's just a little bit shinier right on this side than on this side. So the foundation I'm going to use today is the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow Tint. This is going to be a glowy foundation, but as usual, I will powder strategically parts of it so I can wear it without it accentuating my pores. This was mainly sold out. They didn't have a shade match for me, so I got a darker one and a lighter one. I'm hoping that if I mix these two together, that I'll get a reasonable shade match. And maybe when I'm off to the dentist today, I can stop in like a Walgreens or a CVS or something and see if they have a shade, and that way I can let you guys know what would be a good shade. So the two shades I have are 210 Neutral and 120 Neutral. And this is supposed to be a lightweight glowy tint. It glows like an illuminator, but covers like a foundation. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that look all over my face, but this is like one of the hot new products, so we'll give it a try. I'm just gonna use the back of my hand as a palette to mix this together. So I think I'll use 1 pump of 210, 1 pump of 120. So let me go ahead, we'll see what kind of coverage it gives on the cheeks. I wanted to feel the primer. Yeah, it's not really sticky. Like not overly sticky. I'd say it's definitely like a little tacky. I have a new brush from BK Beauty that is supposed to give you fuller coverage out of your foundation. This is the new 115 brush, so it's shaped like their 101 foundation brush, but it's smaller but it's bigger than their 109, which is one of my favorites. So you guys, let me know what new makeup you're interested in. I'm really interested in hearing what's on your radar as far as new foundations, new concealers especially. I didn't really manage to get a new concealer for this video because there wasn't anything. Oh, I think it's still too dark. Ooh, I think I could have used more of the lighter shade. And it's a little warm for me, I'd say. It seems like it dried pretty quickly, like over here. I'm not getting really good spreadability out of it. It dries really quickly, so I'd say putting it on the way I did, which is dotting it around and then spreading it, probably not the way to go. I should have probably worked in sections. But it is definitely giving me that kind of lightweight foundation look. It is very glowy, very luminous. I feel like I'm looking a little metallic, a little Tin Man-ish. So I've taken a little bit of the 120 and I'm just gonna try to lighten up a few areas because I feel like I'm overall a little bit too tan. And I just did it the way I just said not to. You know how it is. Can't remember anything from 1 minute to the next. Okay, now that I've got like 2 coats of it on, I feel like it is looking more heavy and makeup-y than I would like, and so I'd like to sheer it out a little bit. So a little trick that you can always do is if you take a slightly damp beauty blender, you can just pounce that around your face to work the foundation in and lighten up the coverage a little bit. Okay, let's move on. So the concealer that I got is the Maybelline Magic Eraser, and I hadn't gotten this in a while. Not sure I got the correct shade because I couldn't remember what I wear this in, but this is in 120. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of it right in the inner corner. My BK A506 brush to blend that in, but actually I meant to use the new BK brush and I forgot. That is such a good concealer. No wonder it's been a favorite for years. It is so pretty. It's so smooth. The coverage is so good. For bronzer today, I've got the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer. This is a new one. I really like the one in the squeezy tube, but this one has a big doe foot applicator, and this one is in shade 3 Light, which looks to be pretty dark to me. Ooh, kind of dark. Hopefully this is gonna blend and blend nicely. So for that, I'm gonna use the BK 116. This is another one of the new brushes from the Core Extension line. Oh my God. Is this gonna be like a tragic nightmare of a video? That is so, I thought it was not looking so warm. Oh, help. Too warm. I think I need the light shade in that. And let's see if this will blend in. I always feel weird when I'm doing like a makeup test when I have something like a dentist appointment, which I do today. I've told you guys this before, that in my town, nobody wears makeup. So I show up with like a full face of makeup, and I don't know if people are thinking anything about it, but they sure could be. Because it's just, you know, kind of a difference culturally. It's a very earthy, crunchy kind of community that I live in. And I like makeup. Well, that actually blended out pretty nicely, and if it was summer, I would probably be pretty happy with this shade. Not that I tan in the summer. For the blush, I have the e.l.f. Camo Liquid. This is in the shade Dusty Rose. This is reminding me of the Rare Beauty blushes. I'm just gonna put it right on. I'm hoping it's not gonna be as pigmented as those. I'm gonna use my A507 brush, nice angled blush brush, makes it really easy to blend the blush in. Look at that, really easy, pretty blend. Well, that looks nice. Pretty color. I gotta say, this foundation isn't bugging me as much as I thought it would as far as the glowiness. And the reason that I got like a, you know, glowy foundation is because so many people in our age group have dry skin and prefer a glowy, dewy foundation that actually makes their skin look nice and lit from within rather than really super dry and everything. So even though I don't love it for just the fronts of my face, I do like dewy for the rest of my face because it does make you look more youthful. I went heavy-handed on this side and not enough on this side. but it's a really pretty color. It's giving a really nice flush. I think it looks good. Okay, let's go in with the Morphe setting powder. This is their Bacon Set Banana Powder. Not sure this is that new. And the brush that I forgot to use is the new BK 114. This is a concealer brush that's kind of designed around the Nikki LaRose dual-sided brush, where one side is for your liquid products and one side is for your powder. All right, moving on to the eyes, I got two eyeshadow sticks from L'Oreal. These are a brand new launch. These are called Le Shadow Stick, and I got them in two colors, 230 Magnetic Bronze, and, okay, well, I can't read what this one says, but this one is a matte, this one is a shimmer. This one looked perfect for the crease. Look at that color. It's really pretty. So I'm just gonna put this all over the movable lid and then up above the crease, and I am just going to blend that in with my fingers. This feels cooling. Is this supposed to have like a cooling effect? And I'm going to go in with the darker brown one. I'm just going to put that here at the outer corner and a little bit up into the crease, and just drag it along the lash line. Be kind of a upper liner there. I'm going to use my A502 brush to blend that a little bit. For the eyeliner, I got Essence Stay and Play Gel Liner, and this is in a really pretty dark gray. So I'm just going to do the waterline. That is very pretty, and I'm going to use this like I normally do with the About Face one that I love, and I'm going to do my lower waterline with this eyeshadow. I'm not really a fan of darker shadow along my lower waterline anymore, but we'll wear it, what the heck. Got a new mascara. I've heard a lot about this one, Paradise Big Deal from L'Oreal. This one is supposed to be clump resistant and lightweight, and it's supposed to give volume and length. Ooh, so far, very pretty. There's not a lot coming off on the lashes, but you can see the difference already, one coat. It's not a super wet formula, which is nice, I think, for mature people, because the wetter the formula, the more I seem to slop it all over my eyelids, right? Yeah, this is nice. Really very pretty, not clumpy like they said, and it seems to find and define every lash. It's making my lashes look like I have more of them, like they're fanned out and really pretty. With the mascara, two coats and without. All right, for the brows, I have NYX Blade and Shade. This one is in Cool Ash Brown. It's like a angled rectangle tip. And see if we can draw some little hair-like strokes. Oh yeah, that really is very fine. The other side has a spoolie. Just go ahead and blend that in a little. Ooh, I really like that color. Goes on really easily, looks really nice. If you guys are in the market for a brow tutorial, I did one a couple of months ago. People who watched it have been writing in and saying that they really loved it and it really changed how they did their brows. Just more fill them in with strokes that match the direction of the hair growth. I think everyone just thinks that their brows grow up, but from the top they kind of grow down. So you can really make a better edge on the top, draw the hair strokes down, and from the bottom you would draw them up, and so they kind of just meet in the middle and it looks a lot more natural that way. So I'll link that video right up here for anybody who wants to take a look at that one. Really like this, really like this. All right, for the lips, I have all NYX products. NYX is cranking out the interesting lip things. So I really wanted to try this Duck Plump lip gloss and lip liner. So I have these and I wanted to see how tingly they are and if they actually do any plumping. But something that I'm also really interested in is NYX Lip IV. This is a hydrating gloss stain, and I really love a lip stain because, you know, who wants to be reapplying so often? So I'm torn about which one to use. Votes? I'll definitely go with the lip liner in the shade Pink Jection. Okay, that's a big chunky lip liner. Love the shape of this pencil. It really makes it so easy to fill in because I like to fill in. Ooh, and that's a pretty color. I got it in two shades, Apricot and Nude Swings. I'm gonna go with Nude Swings. And so far, no tingliness. Okay, I did a terrible job of putting that on. This is very thick, very pigmented. It's hard to get less on here. That seems like a lot. It's not really tingly yet. I can try these guys later on when I come back if this is worn off. I'm starting to get a little bit of a tingle now, but not much. So there's our finished look. All right, let's take a look at it up close and personal. All right, the lips are getting tingly now. This is more of a slow burn kind of tingle stuff. It doesn't come on quickly, so you might put it on and think like, oh, this is fine. But then in, 5 minutes or so, then all of a sudden, whoo, you're gonna definitely get the tingle. So yeah, I think it's making a pretty makeup look. I think it looks nice. Let me get my vlogging camera. We'll do natural light. Not a lot of sunshine out today, kind of cloudy. But we'll take a look at it and I'll wear it throughout the day. So it is 11:30 now. I have to be at the dentist in a half hour, so I got to feed my dogs, take them out for a quick pee, and then scoot off to that. So let me set my timers and I will be, oh, there's my timer telling me that I have to go. All right, so I'll see you back here in 4 hours. Alexa, stop. Okay, hi, I'm back from the dentist. That took longer than I thought because I thought I was just going to pick up new Invisalign trays, but they had to do some stuff. And then I had to drive out 2 towns beyond that to get some meds for my dog to keep her comfortable because she's blown out her knee and she needs the knee surgery on her other leg now. Last year she had her right knee done, and this year she needs her left knee done. So anyway, to keep her comfortable, I went out to the vet and picked up some meds for her. But in the meantime, being at the dentist, wiped off the lippy, and also the thing that she was doing, it had like a water squirter, and it was on overdrive today, and it squirted water all over the place. So she was like mopping me off. So the makeup is pretty worn off on my chin, but I just did the sunshine test because the sun is beaming in the windows over there. But I thought I would put on one of the NYX lip IVs, the lip stain. So I'm not going to use any lip liner with this. Okay, this is much less gloopy than the Duck Plump. All right, and there's the timer saying that it is time for the 4-hour check-in. The shade on this is Bubblegum Burst, and I also got it in this little bit more of a nude color. This one is called Drippin' in Rose or Rosé. So both very pretty. This one's nice. It's a lot more shiny than the duck lips, I feel like. All right, but now I'm getting super hot, so let me take off my little warm jacket there. It's always warmer up here. All right, so let's look at it up close and personal. I'll tell you what I think of it at 4 hours. I also picked up another shade of the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow tint in between these two, hoping it's the right shade for me. This is shade 140. I can put it on my chin because it looks really weirdly white compared to the rest of my more tannish looking face. So let me just check it out in the mirror and tell you what I think of things. Okay, there's some funkiness going on with the foundation on this side of my face where I used the NYX glue primer. I think this for me is not great. It doesn't seem to be gluing it in place. It's just very patchy. By the side of my nose, it was looking a little grippy and a little flaky and stuff, and it looks really worn off on the front of my cheek here, and it looks really funky and mottled up here. But it is settled into a couple wrinkles here and there. So not really thrilled with how it looks on this side of my face. This side, I think looks good. The things that I think look really good are my eyebrows. I really like the eyeshadow, really like the mascara and the eyeliner, and I don't mind the foundation on this side of my face, but I don't love it on this side. But I want to go ahead and put this on my chin just to even it up because I am going out tonight and I did get a new shade of it. So let's go ahead and give the new shade a try and see if it's a better match for me. This one is 140 Cool. Just pop that on. I hope that's not too light. Now I think if I didn't have this darker color on the rest of my face, it would probably be a really good color match for me. So that's it for the 4-hour check-in. I showed you everything there was to see. I'll be back again in another 4 hours. We'll see if it lasts all day. Okay, I'm back. It is 6:30, so We're gonna do a 7-hour check-in instead of an 8-hour check-in because I'm going out and I just stopped and looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I look greasy. So I need to touch up. So I need to show it to you before I touch up. Sliding around up here, worn off here, really super shiny in the nasal labial folds. Whoa, the settling in this wrinkle and this wrinkle. The stain is up in my lip wrinkles. But yeah, look how shiny, oh my gosh. I didn't love that powder before. I'm just gonna go with the favorite NYX. What did I say it was? 7 hours in. Oh my gosh, so shiny. I hope it looks shiny on camera because, you know, I freak out about stuff and then you guys are like, I don't see it. I'm like, what? How could you not see it? Let me just write a love poem to the NYX powder and how much I love this stuff because it just makes everything all better. All right, I want to put on the nude of the duck lip over this because this is a little too bright for me. It is a good stain. If you're looking for a stain, wow, this stuff, amazing. But I'm gonna put this duck lip over it because I want the tingle and I want to tone this down. And this is the nude one that we didn't get to see earlier. So like I said, this stuff is super thick. Ugh. Ah! It's everywhere. Oh golly, first I have to get it out of my wrinkles, the stain. I just need to move the duck lip around. I guess I'm going with that. Hey guys, I'm back. It's time for a 10-hour check-in. It's 9:45 p.m. and I've had the makeup on since, what, 11:30 this morning. Let's start in talking about the foundation. I bought 3 of them. I don't know if I'll ever use this again. I gotta say, I didn't mind how it looked most of the day, but is it gonna be a favorite of mine that I'm gonna reach for again and again because it's just so good? I'm not. It just doesn't look good. It looks kind of cakey and it looks very mottled on the surface, very cracked, sliding around up here. It's definitely settled in wrinkles. So all in all, I don't love this. It's just doing all the things that I really don't love in a foundation. And there are better foundations from the drugstore that don't get shiny 6 or 7 hours in. And so, you know, for me, this is kind of a miss. You know, if you're looking for a really great drugstore foundation, the e.l.f. Soft Glam is beautiful. And I feel like the shade match is easier. Like these tend to run really warm. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations ever. And it's not heavy. It's like more of a tinted moisturizer type thing. So I would recommend this over the Lumi. The primer sure didn't help it. Everywhere that I put on the primer, it looks twice as bad as it does on the non-primer side. I had powdered it this morning with the Morphe powder. That I wasn't impressed with either because it just made everything look a little bit cakey and not great, and it didn't keep the shine from the makeup from coming through. Because, you know, my skin isn't super oily that I have like oily breakthrough later. It's really the makeup doing its thing and the powder giving up the ghost. For the other face products, the e.l.f. Camo Bronzer and the e.l.f. Camo Blush, these are both really, really nice. And every place that I put this, it looks really smooth and nice. So this is really, really nice. And the blush I think is really nice. I don't think it's as pigmented as like the Rare Beauty blushes, which is good because those can sometimes be hard to work with. This is nice because you can just touch the doe foot to your face, 3 little dots, then blend it in, and you've got a nice amount of blush that lasts all day. So you can see that blush is still on there, it's still showing, and it gives like that little lip from within glow. All right, let's talk about the eye products next. I really liked these L'Oreal eyeshadow sticks. They were really creamy, really easy to blend. They didn't dry out my eyelids, but they also didn't last the entire day either. Looking at them right now, they still look from a distance like they're in place and they look decent, but up close they've settled into my crease. I love it that they have a nice mid-tone matte that you can use to disguise the hood and put it in your crease, or you can do your whole eye with it. It's really pretty, kind of a pinkish, mauvish, grayish color. And then this brown, both of these shades are beautiful. For the eyeliner, I use this Essence Stay and Play gel eyeliner. This is still really in play. It's waterproof and long lasting, and yeah, it really is. It was very creamy. It glides on beautifully. It's really easy to work with. The mascara, I think it's beautiful. It went on really great. No clumps, made my lashes look really good. It does take 2 coats to build up some lash. It just makes you look like you have a lot of lashes, gives you volume, gives you length, and it wore really, really well for most of the day. My only problem with it is this eye got a little dribble under here, and there are some flakes under this eye. There are no flakes under this eye and no dribble, so interesting how one eye versus the other. The brow product I'm really, really impressed with. I love this. This is so good. This NYX Blade and Shade. So easy to work with. Love the shape on this brow pencil. It was so creamy. You could draw like little lines and then shade them in, and look at that color. It's just perfect. I hardly ever can get a perfect color match, and I think that this is great. It's not too dark, it's not too warm. It's just awesome. It stayed in place all day, and I think my brows were probably the best looking part of the makeup for the entire day. All right, let's do the lippies. I talked about a lot of different lippies today, tried on a lot of different lippies today, and I kind of like them all. So starting with the ColourPop Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Balm, Caramel Latte. Oh my gosh, this is so good, you guys. I want to put this on now because I don't have anything on my lips. Love the color on this. It's just like a little bit of a light brown nude color. Then we have the NYX Duck Plump. We have the liner and the plumpers. The tingle doesn't come and like smack you in the face first thing when you put it on. It kind of grows gradually over time. So, you know, if you're someone who hates the tingle, you hate to have like the burning lip sensation, then you won't like this because it will eventually get there. You know, I actually like the tingle. I really dig it. So this is a winner for me. I love this tingly plumping lip liner. The shape on this is really nice. It was really easy to apply and to fill in the whole lip, which is what you want to do when you have something plumping like this. The Duck Plump lip gloss is also really nice. It is very thick and it's hard to get like a lightish coating of it on your lips is my only complaint about it, but I do like it and it did look pretty and the colors are very nice. And then last item is the NYX Lip IV, the Hydrating Gloss Serum Stain. This is really nice. It really stains your lips and it's really, really hydrating. My only complaint about these is that it did run up into my lip wrinkles a little bit. So if you're gonna use this and you have upper lip wrinkles, I would get a clear lip liner pencil and just line the outside of your lips so that that doesn't happen with this if you're not going to wear a lip liner with it, because I mean it's a lip gloss. You shouldn't have to wear a lip liner with it, but with this you might because it does run up into the lip wrinkles. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your watching. I hope you have a great day and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.